Hello again. Man cave again. It's wet and windy again as well. But this one, I had a little short ride out this morning. Nick, my son, has been badgering me for a couple of weeks now about having a look at the trails on his Transalp. Resplendently parked out there. Again, just after Storm Dara. So I thought we'd have a look at it. It was down to him. I left it for him to decide. So he came up and we've had a run across the easy trails across from Hartington over to New Haven across to Pikehall and then over to Bonsall Moor, and ended up having a cup of coffee and a bacon butty at Hilltop Cafe. And it turned out okay. He's done very, very, very well on the muddier bits of the trail, and I'm really impressed. And he's a lot happier now that he's had a go. Really pleased. Anyway, but I have an apology to make. For the first time in months, I've watched one of my videos on the big screen on the telly. Atrocious. The picture quality is atrocious. I've gone through the settings in my camera. They're all over the show. They really are, and I'm really sorry I've put you through it. But I'll endeavour to sort it out. I mean, my frames per second are up to 48. People don't use 48 frames. I think that has confused my camera, to be honest. And I'm going to bring it back down to 25 or 30 to the second and see how that turns out. Plus on the television, I don't know, it didn't do it on my phone. On the television, the screen keeps going black for a few seconds and then coming back on again. That few seconds is where there is supposed to be explanatory text on the screen. So what's going on? I just don't know. It may be my television that's doing it. I don't know. But either way, now I've, as I mentioned in the last video, I've started using another editing software, another editing suite, so let's see how it goes. Anyway, like I said, just a quick ride out this was to try out his Transalp, Nick's Transalp on the trails, and yeah, see what you think. And again, if you could give us a thumbs up and, you know, subscribe, all the rest of it, and tell me what you think. Yeah, alright, see you in the next one. Cheers. Well, good morning, folks. It's the morning after, not the night before. It's the morning after Storm Dara, and we've made loose plans, shall we say, to go out on the trails. When I say we, it's Nick on his Transalp, and it is windy. You can probably hear it. Because he's had these blocky tyres fitted, and he wants to try them out on the trails. I didn't know whether he'd be up for it this morning with all the rain that's fallen, but he phoned me and he said, shall we do it then? So yeah, go on. It's only a couple of miles down the road to the start of the trails. If it gets a bit rough, then we'll come back. It's just nice to get out, to be honest. Anyway, Hugh End again, river manifold on the right, down there. I'll switch off for now and see you on the trails. So that's Nick off out in front. One or two puddles, but nothing too serious at the minute. We'll see how it goes. It does get a bit rutted in a little bit further up, but he'll be okay. Right, this next bit's a bit rutted. The first bit was just getting used to riding off-road basically, but this bit's a bit rutted. One or two of the ruts are just a little bit in front of us, may well be well underwater, but we'll see how it goes anyway. It's fairly straightforward up here. Now, it's a bit puddlesome, yes, I thought it might be. See how he goes. Well done. Well done, Nick, yeah. He can't hear me, but, you know. Be nice to think there's some father to son telepathy going on, but very much I mean, his Transalp is will be a bit more of a handful than the Himalayan, but he showed he can do it. Taking it nice and steady, that's what I like to see. Don't go rushing into things. Well, that's just taken through the village of Biggin. I wasn't recording through the village. We've seen it often enough on videos anyway. This brings us down to the A515, books into Ashbourne Road. So we're going to virtually make a staggered crossing of the 515 and then off up to across to Pike Hall. That's the magic sign into unsuitable motor vehicles, and we met with a puddle straight away. Just a puddle though. I'll let Nick come past. Okay, up to the top and turn left. That'll take us down into Pike Hall.
What's this compared to that one?
Easier.
Right, up to the top, turn left.
Turn left.
Can't miss it.
For some reason he doesn't trust my directions, as if I would send him off in the wrong direction. I'm not a wind-up merchant. Very, very straightforward, this first bit. But there will be an interesting bit. Not much further along. He doesn't feel the need to stand on the pegs just yet, but he will do after we turn the next corner. Oh, buzzard. That's nice to see. They're getting more and more commonplace though now, the buzzards. Now then, just down here, there's a bit of a rutted section in the bottom that's usually a bit wet, shall we say. And I've tried to impress on Nick the need to stay in one of the two ruts. Because if you try and ride down the grassy bit in the middle, that could be a recipe for disaster. I was out here a couple of weeks ago, with one of our new Green Lady members, and he was Artur is Polish, nice lad, really nice lad, but he was on a nice new Africa Twin, which is quite a lot bigger than Nick's Transalp, and I didn't get back to him quickly enough to warn him to stay off the central grass. I just watched him gracefully topple off the middle bit, and have a little lie down. No damage, apart from Tuata's pride, but after that he decided, I think if I want to do green laning, I must have a smaller bike, just for green laning, and I think he's right. I just hope it hasn't put him off too much. I don't think it did. He laughed about it, and he was more than pleased that he hadn't damaged his bike. No laughing matter with a bike that costs quite a lot more than the Himalayan, obviously. But anyway, he did it. I'm hoping Nick stops to have a look at things when he sees the rutty bit in front of us, because I want to give him a little bit of advice, a little bit of fatherly guidance, shall we say. But he's doing really well at the minute. I hope that's not commentator's curse. Oh, it's nowhere near as bad as I thought it to be. Right, don't take the middle. Don't take the middle. Good lad, good lad. Well done. This is the trail, the High Peak Trail. Yeah, this has become a bit rutted as well. I think the extra rainfall has washed some of the gravel out the bottom of the ruts. I've certainly seen it a lot smoother than before. So this brings us down to the Cromford Road. Which we're going to turn onto and follow for about 100 yards. Right, every July this area across here, the fields on the right in particular, become absolutely chaotic, because this is the Why Not festival site. I'll just let him know. All this is the Why Not festival site. July it's chaotic, you can't come through here in July, well, during the festival. This is straightforward, really is. Yeah, really straightforward. To the far end, and you go you come onto the tarmac again, but you go straight on. Okay.
Straight on at the far end.
Yeah, yeah. You'll notice Nick sat down. He doesn't feel the need to stand up. There isn't really any need to stand up here. Oh, he's stood up now. I tend to stand up because I find it easier on my back. My knees absorb the shock. I think once he's been across here a couple of times, he'll be more confident with the bike. Maybe take it up a notch. But this really is a very, very easy stretch of green lane. It's well used by quite a few people, not just us, but farmers, one or two other people. Sheep are looking very curious. You enjoyed that, I think. He's getting more confident. Anyway, on to the next bit. Well, this is an improvement. When I came through here with Arthur a couple of weeks ago, this road was absolutely atrocious. It must have been half an inch thick in mud and clay. This road takes us down to a lovely little settlement. Is Aldwark. But Aldwark is the home of the Aldwark Brewery, a microbrewery that opens up at weekends during the summer, and it's like every weekend's a beer festival. But the brewery is attached to the farm that's over to our left and in front of us, but we're going to go right here and drop down back down to Vigelia Road at Grange Mill. It is a lovely little sequence of lanes anyway, without the green lanes through here. As you can see by the greenery down the middle, it's not a road that's used an awful lot. It's a nice little shortcut for us though. Now there's the thing, I did half expect to come across road closures because of fallen trees, but I suppose down in the valleys it's been a bit sheltered from the high winds. Either way, we're down here at Grange Mill. This field on the left here, back in the 70s, I organised or helped organise rallies, motorbike rallies on that field. It was a very, very popular rally site for all sorts of clubs here at the Holly Bush at Grange Mill. And we'll turn right here for another stretch of green lane. It's a little bit where the tarmac's almost as good as a green lane anyway. Thank you. Cheers. I know he can't hear me, but it makes me feel better. Just one more section, then we'll go for a cup of coffee, I think. An old fart on his son, it gives me a wonderfully warm feeling. I don't know whether we'll be able to get Matt onto green lanes. I don't know, he's a couple of hours away across in East Yorkshire anyway, but it would be great. My daughter Debbie, she does get a bit fed up. I think she feels left out, but she gets out on the back of my son-in-law Dean on his Super Meteor. But I thought I'd give her a mention anyway, because he watches all my videos. I think that'll do for today. We'll see if he's enjoyed himself. I'll tell you what, we'll go straight on. Okay. It's all right. It's a little bit rocky, but there's nothing serious. Okay, it's a bit puddly, but
What?
bit puddly in places, but nothing serious. All right.
I've just washed it.
Yeah, you just wash. We'll get the washer out and get home. Okay. So his biggest concern is that he's just washed it. Right. Yeah. We'll have a go at this next bit. It's a bit rockier, but it's sound. That's good. He's starting to look for the interesting bits. Just trying to test himself a little bit, I think. The lad is doing okay. In fact, he's doing very well. Certainly proving the abilities of the Transalp. I know it's the older version, so it's not quite as bulky and quite as big as the modern Transalp, admittedly, but it's a worthy bike, a well-worthy bike. And I think if I could afford to buy one, an old one like Nick's got, you know, 06, 07 plate, it'd be in the garage now. Well, it wouldn't, I'd be on it. But domestic management is going to take a little bit of convincing, to be honest. But raindrops. I'm not bursting into song. Raindrops keep falling on my head. No, 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 no. The problem is I can't remember any words of a song beyond the first line. Plus I'm tone deaf. Oh yeah. Just lifted the visor and the raindrops are actually hitting me straight in the face, which is not pleasant. Now that's it, we'll call it a day here for the trail anyway, and we'll head across and find a cup of coffee. I'm chuffed. Absolutely chuffed that he's done so well, and his bike has, of course. So we'll head across for some coffee, and I'll see you in a short while. Stop. Right, I've got my doubts as to whether it's going to be open, but we'll have a look at the new cafe, Hilltop. See what the score is. Certainly during the week they only open until, oh no, it looks as if the door's open anyway. It's perhaps only during the week that they open until 12. Not long since been open as this. It's attached to the minor standard at the pub next door. And during the week they close at 12 so they can go and run the pub. So, but I would have thought to close at 12 on a Sunday would be turning away an awful lot of custom. Either way, we're here and we're still in one piece, or as Lavi and Ollie would say, happy and alive. Yeah, alright, see you later. Well, we just caught the cafe in time. Yes, we're back. Just caught the cafe in time. We've got 2 minutes to spare before they were closing, so we've had a coffee and a bacon butty, and now we're heading back home. So as far as this one's concerned, job done. Call it quits on this one. He's done very well. I'm really pleased that we've done a bit of green laning with his Transalp. I'm impressed with the bike, I have to be honest. I'm impressed with Nick as well. But either way, I hope you found it interesting. It's been really nice to make this video, but like I say, I hope you find it interesting. Yeah, give us a thumbs up and like and subscribe, you know, that sort of thing, and give us a comment. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.